All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahushai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, I'm going to get into Q&A. Q&A. So, this person asked twice about mtDNA L2. So could you please help me with my mtDNA L2A1D? They are asking for detailed, you know, information, probably countries and ethnic groups. I don't know if I'm able to get into like the ethnic group, but let's see what we can find on this group of people. So I haven't really done like a video on L2 mtDNA, tribes of Israel, anything. So this will just be like an intro to that information, basically. So let's get into this information. So this person is asking about L2 DNA information. So let's start off right here. And the person is asking for a specific grouping of women or mtDNA markers. So let's get into this information real quick. So L2A is a common lineage in Africa. It is believed to have evolved between 87,000 to 107,000 years ago. So you have women in West Africa, East Africa, North Africa, South Africa as well with this group marker. You also have women in Europe, also women in the Americas with the same markers. We shouldn't be surprised because, of the various captivities and the various Sahara slave trade and the transatlantic slave trade that recently happened. So our brothers and sisters are scattered everywhere, basically. And not just that, but you have like the Bantu expansion, which also added to the migration of people that was escaping and relocating and migrating, period, from slaveries, empire, war, famine, you name it, they was just moving. So it's common that you see, various percentage of sample sizes, and they may throw out a sample group or a size on the side of a ethnic group or tribe, and then they might do the same thing with a general population of a national or country within Africa. But I like, when I was doing this research and stuff, I started to get epiphanies on things and stuff. And I was like, don't get too far into the rabbit hole, but of course I did. And it takes time for me to look into or to make the videos after I go into the rabbit hole on different information that I gain like clarity or understanding on. So real quick, well, I think I'm almost there. Yeah, I think this is the group that we are talking about. So L2A1D. So this group is from L2A1D to uh, L2A1E1. I believe is that, am I saying it right? Let me double check. Let me double check real quick. Took notes on it a while back. Okay, yeah. So Nefertali, this group L2A1D, Nefertali, uh, let's see, it'll be from 1D to 1H. So this group of Nefertali is dealing with L2A1D to this 1H. So these are all the women that that person is associated with, or all the markers. So again, this information, so the mtDNA information is just appearing. So what I subscribe to and what I'm telling our brothers and sisters is that you need a full pair of Israelite DNA to be a Israelite. So that would be E1B1A and or L2. So any of these L2 groupings of people. So for the women, you would have to also get DNA information, DNA information from your father, your father, brother, and or grandfather, and or cousin, basically, for the other half of your DNA information. So, of course, um, with that being said, you have the full Israelite stock, but of course, your inheritance would be through your father ancestry of whatever E1B1A group he would be a part of, but your maternal side, your identity of understanding your maternal grouping would just be, that marker that you receive from your mother's side, basically. So it just secure you within the Israelite stock of women, basically. And you do have the ability to just say, um, either you are a perfect Israelite from the same tribe of your paternal and maternal side, that would just be, like a bragging right or something, I would assume. Um, Other than that, I can share with you some epiphany. So, when I'm doing all this research and stuff and pairing information with history and context with scriptures and everything, um, there have been a epiphany that I had about um, the groupings of our people. And not just that, but the laws and the curses and prophecies, all the same and alike. And I have a feeling that the only way that our people was becoming whole again and paired back together as Israelite men and women accordingly was via captivity. And I feel like that this was the Most High way, um, bringing back His people as well as punishing us as well, because we often break so many laws, period, but that law and that blessing of being with your own people, being sanctified, chosen people, holy, separate people. That's a strong bond and blessing that we should have and hold. And many of us take it for granted, and many of us uh, have the wildest and weirdest reaction to us being in certain setting with each other, as well in present day captivity right now, the way we are. You know, and it's only when we become aware of who we are and where we've been and where we would like to go and where we should be going, then we are more tolerant and humble and concerned about certain things dealing with our people. But other than that, it's like is that whole individual mindset. And I used to be that way, like I told people and tell people. Never thought of myself as an African American. I was just like, oh, I'm a Black American, Christian, Baptist, as if all that is like an ethnic group and tribe. And I was a libertarian, so it was like uh, I believed in certain freedoms and ways of destruction to repair problems in society. Even though, capitalism is the problem, and um, there's nothing wrong with competition, but it's always about healthy competition and not destructive competition. So, sorry about that rant, but uh, so let's go back to what I was looking at. I'm sorry about that. So you have some of these women that have been sampled in these places right here, right there. And I like so you have these define defining mutation markers like this. And the other understanding that I got, so here goes some more. There you go. So the other understanding, let me see if I can scroll down the page real quick. The tree. So it, like I just said about the whole slavery and captivity bonding structure, this goes into the whole thing because I I believe that there was always a perimeter of DNA that was set to constantly bring back uh, this L2 group, no matter what type of interracial mixing that was going on within Israel, ancient to today. So, um, nevertheless, the most interesting thing is, people bring up before we was a nation and so on. And when after a while, it doesn't matter because um, the the bonding and the generation start to isolate itself and repair the branches. But the interesting thing is you do have common markers that shows up, and this is just the understanding and telling you that these are related women or mtDNA markers. So yeah, 16189, 16189, an earlier marker and a later marker, obviously pointing out the obvious that these were uh, a pair. If you want to subscribe to two with just sisters versus the others or all of them, you can because again, the whole process of them being in the various captivities was to just creating a unique structure of proteins and Israelite stock to begin with, period. So now we move on. So um, again, a look at the places. And all this is just shared information. How do we and um, how and where we can find a little bit more detailed information? Most of the time, I like to go to family tree. So let's go to this family tree layout. So this is the same group, and it's pretty much showing very much similar regions that was on the Wikipedia page, but some added information. So this is just dealing with the L2A D one, not the other ones, but yeah, this is that whole lineup. So you have some markers in Ethiopia and Somalia. So you have scattered Mozambique. I don't know if that Zimbabwe or Zambia, UAE, India, Cuba, Kuwait. So this is just for that specific branch. And these are just other like, um, this was like just in case I went into like a rant or something for some odd reason. Always try to pull up other things that I could talk about. So I don't even know if that person, he or she, brother, sister, I don't know if they are a so-called African American person that is trying to find information about DNA. I don't know, but this is what one of the research pages had. I downloaded the image, and I often share this with people on either TikTok or YouTube. So all these groups of people are dealing with so-called groups from Africa. So you do have a Japhetic marker, you have a Hamite marker. So U6 would be a Japhetic, L0 would be the Hamitic women, L1 would be Ishmaelite, L2 Israelite, L3 Edom. A look at the chart once again. And what I just did was just basically pair the the E1B1A chart with this one. The E1B1A chart is based off of birth order. So basically, I just paired all of this with the similar layout um, to get the understanding of the branches. And I know how people gonna be like, well, the daughter's birth uh, differ, but you forget that the men also carry a X chromosome as well. So that's why I paired it like this versus, trying to figure out the birth order of every daughter in the Bible, basically. And I wanted, and I tried to do that, and not just that, but that was one of the reasons why I put like these stars on the ends, because I was like, at least let me find like information on a few daughters and stuff. So that was like the beginning of the thought process and so on. So yeah, it's not an easy thing. Yeah, And when you get into that hole and you want to know more and you hit walls, and yeah, it's something to be like, okay, am I getting smarter from this information, or am I losing myself from this information? And am I creating a problem to where it's getting too complex for me? So, and of course, to each your own and their own information about DNA. This is what I'm coming up with a understanding about this information. About this is probably not everybody else's uh, outlook or interest um, or other people thing of agreeing with what I'm saying. It's up to you to figure out your message and your point. This is my message. This is my point. And when people ask me questions or comments, I try to answer it accordingly to the best of my ability. And if I don't know, I just don't know, basically. And then I had a world map. And this was just like a general page that I was just gonna rant about on, but we don't need to do that. And with this video, I think I'm gonna put it into it. So hopefully I help you with some of this question. Hopefully you can take a part of the information and start to research further into it and be more comfortable about the information that you're looking for. And that's about it. With that being said, as always, I want to say all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach Yahushai. Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Once again, thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for the comments. Feel free to leave a comment according to the community guidelines, and I shall either reply with a comment and or a video. With that being said, thank y'all and peace.